Silencio. Good morning, BC! Here are your morning announcements. There'll be a mandatory preseason meeting for all players planning to try out for either JV or varsity boys tennis on Thursday, February 15th at 3 p.m. in room D103, Mr. Greco's room. Contact Coach Smith if you are unable to attend. This spring, VJ Cat will be performing the most classic of tragic love stories, Romeo and Juliet. While audition and rehearsals won't start until after the musical, there will be an interest meeting this Thursday, February 15th, after school in D206, Miss Edgar's room. If you want to be involved but can't make a meeting, don't worry, just drop by briefly or send Miss Edgar an email. Are you interested in state and government? Do you have outstanding leadership character qualities, a scholar, or at least 15 years old and are interested in an interview citizenship training program? If you'd answered yes to any of these, then Boys State is for you. If interested, please leave your name and a resume in the counseling center by Friday, March 1st. Boys State will be held Friday, June 28th through Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024 at SUNY Morrisville State College. Please click the link in the description to learn more about Boys State. Thanks, BC, and have an electric day.
I shook up the world. These words were shouted by a brash, cocky 22-year-old who just claimed the world heavyweight boxing title. This is Mr. Guilfoyle. I'm delighted to feature one of my heroes, Muhammad Ali, aka the champ, the greatest. Ali, a boxer, activist, philanthropist, was born Cassius Clay in 1942 in Louisville, Kentucky. In 1960, a few weeks out of high school, he won the Olympic gold medal as a light heavyweight. The following year, he became close friends with Malcolm X, and his athletic endeavors were forever wedded with his work for racial equality and social justice. In 1964, Cassius Clay upset Sonny Liston to claim the heavyweight title, converted to Islam, and discarded what he called his slave name to become Muhammad Ali. He was fearless, funny, poetic, and an unrepentant self-promoter. I should be a postage stamp because that's the only way I'll ever get licked. I'm beautiful, I'm fast, I'm so mean I make medicine sick. When accused of boasting, he fired back, "It ain't bragging if you can back it up." And he loved to taunt opponents with lines like, "If you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize." In 1967, he was stripped of his title, banned from boxing for refusing to be drafted into the Army during the Vietnam War. He argued that his religion was one of peace, declared himself a conscientious objector, and said, "My principles are more important than the money or the title." He was convicted of draft evasion, but appealed the verdict, and in 1971 he was vindicated when the Supreme Court overturned the conviction in a unanimous decision. Though past his prime, he won the heavyweight title for a second time in an improbable victory over an undefeated George Foreman in 1974. He remained committed to activism, and in 1978 campaigned against apartheid. He noted, "I know I got it made while the masses of black people are catching hell, but as long as they ain't free, I ain't free." In that same year, he won the title for an unprecedented third time. The champ was fond of saying, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." One day in 1981, while in Los Angeles, he heard that a young black man was standing on the ledge of a ninth-floor building threatening to kill himself. Ali raced to the scene in his car, went to the ninth floor, talked to the young man through the window, concluding with, "You are my brother. I love you." The distraught man climbed through the window to safety. In 1984, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's, but despite lack of control over his body, he remained a public figure, traveling the world, fighting for justice. In 1990, he negotiated the release of 15 U.S. hostages in Iraq. In 1993, he met Nelson Mandela. In 1996, visibly shaking, he lit the Olympic cauldron in Atlanta as 3.5 billion people watched worldwide in amazement, many, like me, through tears. A few days after the September 11th attacks, Ali went to Ground Zero to talk of peace and urged white Americans not to project their grief and outrage on the Muslim community. In 2005, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor, the highest civilian honor in the United States. That same year, the Muhammad Ali Center opened in his hometown of Louisville, and although the champ died in 2016, through the center, his spirit continues to create change, pursue justice, and inspire greatness. He shook up the world.